Welcome, friends. Welcome to today's Reconsiderate live stream. Best live stream you're gonna see all day. Here on this live stream today, you are gonna get some very nice live looping in the form of messing around with the settings, making my sounds sound a little better. Hopefully I don't ruin them. It's the Tinkering with Knobs stream. You know how that goes. My regulars know how this goes. I see crazy wabbits in the place. That's very nice. I like that. And in fact, he says, I hear this is where you go for some tinkering with some knobs. Yeah, you got it. You heard right. This is the place to be for that. If you are new to the Reconsiderate live streams, welcome! You made a really good decision joining today. This is a very, very good and beneficial experience for you. And right now, my friends, we are hanging out in a warm-up phase at this time. We are chilling out to this beat that I made before the stream began. Being a Tinkering with Knobs stream, this is the palette, my friends. This is the one I'm going to be tinkering with. This is tuned to the key of B. This is in fact the top of my palettes. So after this, after today, we can celebrate a full turn, another full rotation through all 23 of my palettes. And then start again. In this warm-up phase, my friends, there is exactly one action for you to take. There is one action that you need to take in order to maximize your success here on this Tinkering with Knobs stream. It's very, very little that you must do. What is the action that you must carry out in order to be successful here in this Tinkering with Knobs stream? Well, I'm glad you asked. Grab your drink. Whatever it may be. I got some water. I grabbed my water right here. I don't know if you realize this, but there are scientific studies supporting the health benefits of water, which was pretty surprising to me. I was like, oh wow, this is not obvious to me, but now that I read that water is good for me according to science, I know that I should change my ways. But good news for me though, I'm always doing water. You might have whatever you have, and there would be scientific studies supporting the benefits of that drink. Grab your drink, my friends, whatever it is, because we are about to engage in a very getting the blood flowing kind of activity right here. This is going to absolutely get your blood flowing. You will be like, whoa, this whole blood flow situation is very serious. On 3, my friends, we're going to do a cheers. It is going to be so good. I see Trusto is in the place. Yes, that's great. Here in this cheers moment, as you get your blood flowing, it's okay if you allow yourself. It's okay if you allow yourself to feel connected, like to literally feel it in your body, to feel connected, because it's coming soon, my friends. After 1, counting up to 3 right here for this practice cheers. 2. There it is, my friends. 3. Clink. Cheers. Man, that's good. I'm pretty happy with labeling that a success. It's a pretty successful experience. Getting some nice confirmation in the chat as well. Trusto and Crazy Wabbit. Now here in this Tinkering with Knob stream, because I'm approaching the sounds in each of these, I'll be taking each one in turn, starting with the bass. I'll be evaluating that. Am I happy with that? Then I'll be moving on to this other one. And I'll be evaluating how I feel about this. Do I want to implement any changes? Then there's this one. As I evaluate each of these, changing their sounds. Then there's this one, which I didn't bring in yet. So that's going to be the stream today, going through each of those sounds. How do I feel about them? Overall, this palette. Beginning with the bass. Beginning with the bass. So, I mean, yeah, let's begin. Let's begin with the bass. I think I am pretty happy with the way the bass sounds here. For the 505 details, this is built out of a guitar to bass, as all of my basses are. I find there's a lot of variation in my basses, though. I think in this next round, because this is the final palette, this is my final of my 23 palettes. So because this represents a full cycling through, the next time around, I think I might want to put extra attention into the basses, because I like to get them all up to a standard to some degree. Sounds like Barry White, says Trusto. That's nice. Dave is in the place as well. About to hug. It's pretty nice. So the bass, yeah, sounds like a Barry White, as Trusto says, which is my primary goal. This is tuned to the key of B, by the way. There's a slicer in this, and I think the slicer needs a little work. I don't use the slicer until the end of this, which is coming up. Here it is. You can hear that it's like, maybe not exactly clipping, but something like that. And that's not exactly how I want that slicer to work. So that, I think, is something that I should mess with. Let's see. I'm looking right now at inside the slicer. I'm looking at the step lengths inside each of the steps in the slicer. Each, what is it, a measure, I guess? One loop through. Whatever this counts as, I believe. I could be wrong. But that gets chopped up into 16 pieces, and then each of those pieces gets a length. And that's what I'm looking at right now, each of those lengths. And it looks like I'm looking for any sharp cutoffs. This one's a little sharp. There's one that goes from 100 down to 60% in its length of its slice. 100 down to 60, which is not that bad. I'll bring it up a little to 70. There's also a 60 a little earlier. I'll bring that one up to 70 as well. Otherwise, the sound of the bass I'm happy with. I don't feel that I need to re-record that. Not until I'm happy with the whole palette of everything, and then I save it and destroy everything and rebuild another beat, which should be coming in, I don't know, half hour? Because I am pretty happy with this palette. After the bass, which I'm going to keep analyzing and scrutinizing, we got this one. I like this one. This is one of those instruments, quote unquote, where it's very, very obvious that it's my voice. I like this one though, so I don't know if I'm going to change anything about it. There have been a couple times where we had a tinkering with knob stream, and I had something I liked, and then I messed it up, and I was like, no, it's lost forever, no. Although technically I do have backups, but then I'd lose a lot of stuff that I did since the backup. In any case, this sound here, which one is this? Let me see, I'm not sure which one this is. Let me test it out. Alright. So 505 details, what are these built out of? This sound here, which is, that's two, so here's one of them. This one is built out of an HRM Auto. I don't know what that is. I know in previous streams, at least one person clarified, like, oh, that's this thing. And I said, oh. HRM Auto manual. Wait, is that what it is? HRM Auto. I see Merrill is in the place. Viral and Moser as well. I gotta get caught up on the chat here. Evenly quick, Chris, Evenly Chris on Twitch. I got that sorted out in my pronunciation. It's good. Symptoms of Reality as well in the place. Nice. So HRM is what this one is built on. I don't know what that is, my friends. I wish I could tell you. Thrown into a unison state, which can have a unison or a harmony that's 1 octave above or 2 octaves above, something like that, I believe. That's fed into tremolo. That's fed into a sustainer. And then the electric for tuning it. So as I say, I'm pretty happy with that one, but I am going to go and tinker with it a little bit and see, you know, are there pieces in here that sound a little better or worse? I might wind up leaving it as it is, because I like it, and I don't want to mess it up. Period. But we'll see if maybe I can mess it up a little in a good way. Have made some changes. It made it a little more pronounced and outwardly, I don't know, vibrant. I want to use the word brilliance, but I mean that in like a shining kind of way. So we'll see about that. There's the tremolo, which I think is good. That's okay where it's at. And then the sustainer if I need it. Yeah, I'll mess around just a little bit more with this HRM, because again, I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what I'm messing with exactly. But I'm going to see how I like the sound as I fiddle with the knobs. Let's keep doing it. So I re-recorded one of the channels. This is the new one. And listening to it juxtaposed with the old one. Here's the old one. It's pretty close. So that's good. That tells me that the instrument is still mostly on point, in the same direction. I was saying I didn't really want to change it. What I changed was the setting that says formant. I don't know what that is. If you are more into sound engineering, you might be able to say, oh, that's blah, 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 blah. I'd be like, okay. It was down to I think negative 30 something, 40 something. I took it up to positive 17. Sounds a little bit more present. Twin Cities Oxygen in the house. Moser says, what key is this? This is a B. Key of B. So yeah, this one, as I was describing it, how the formant or whatever that is, makes it a little more brilliant. I'm thinking about the other layers. Let me listen to this other one. Interesting. This other layer I just brought in. This one. Now that I'm listening to this, I think I want to make that be changed in terms of its role in the song. It's currently in the position where it's more of a lead, and it goes on twice as long as everything else, except for this. Whereas this is positioned in sort of the background layer. But I really like this one. I want this to have more prominent character. Whereas I'm not crazy about this one. I would like to have less character. So I'm thinking about swapping these roles. Here's what I'm going to do. This is the first time that I'm doing this very agile maneuver here that you're about to witness. As soon as I do this, you're going to be like, whoa, that was such an agile maneuver. Here comes the agile maneuver. I'm going to pivot because I like this one already. I already like this. I don't really want to change it very much. I want it to be present, have a lot of presence in the song, the beat. And I said, I don't really like this one. So I'm going to pivot to this one now. That was the agile maneuver. You see how agile that was? That was such a maneuver. Right now you're like, whoa, I can't, my mind is spinning with how agile that maneuver was. That was such an agile maneuver. So I'm going to pivot and I'm going to do this other one instead, and then I'm going to delete all of them and remake all of them with this, with their roles being swapped, so that the palette more accurately represents what I'm trying to evaluate. So yeah, let's change gears and go to this one. This one is built out of a synth, which is the one that I struggle the most to use effectively. That's the one that is like, it's best understood as a horn, like a trumpet or something. And I'm always trying to use it wrong. Anyway, so this is built out of a synth, fed into a slicer, a step slicer, then a sustainer, then electric. I'd like to make it a little more muted in its sound. I can think of a couple of settings that might help with that. So let's go take a look. What can I do to modify this sound a bit? As anticipated, not a lot available to mess with. In the synth layer, it was already turned down. The layers that control, how prominent it sounds. So I couldn't do that. In the sustainer, I took down some of the high. There's a high gain and a low gain. I took down the high gain, so that helps a little bit. And at this point, I think I'm ready to just erase all of these. Oh no, I erased them all. And now I'm going to re-record some new layers built out the way that is more in tune with how they're intended to be used. happy with the swapping of those roles. I think that was the right move. So that's good. I think the instruments themselves are sounding okay. As always, it comes down to, yeah, I don't necessarily think that I laid down the dopest bass line or this melody was the greatest thing ever. I'm listening to the instruments more than anything else. Do they work together all right? This one's a little loud, but just coming down to loudness is not, that's the least of my concerns. The volume is very easy to tweak live. The sounds, though. Pretty happy with those. Friends, I have some good news. I have some very good news, in fact. If you're interested in the good news, here's the good news, my friends. The time has come. The time has come for the first official Cheers moment. Grab your drink. We are going to have a very exciting Cheers moment right now. Oh, it's going to be so good, my friends. You are going to feel so connected with everyone else. Just like earlier, you can already feel this building up. Physically, literally feel it in your body. Cheers is coming at the count of 3, my friends. And I am starting it right now with 1. Followed up with 2. And of course, we get the fulfillment of that. All of that after the 1 and the 2. You get your very nice Cheers clinky moment, my friends, on 3. Clink. Cheers, my friends. That is so good. I love doing that with you. I love doing this with you. Please like this video. Please subscribe. See, Twin City was saying, hey, that's like the sound I make in my fan. That's good. I like that you made that connection. That's like if you had the ability to record that, but without getting the motor of the fan running. Just got your voice out of it. So again, I'm feeling pretty happy with these so far, which is the majority of the palette. We're more than halfway done with this palette, which is the final palette out of all my 23. The final instrument is, of course, this last one over here that I've only brought in a little bit today so far. This one is like built out of all sorts of real cool stuff. So this one is built out of a distortion set to metal, which is where that really grimy texture comes from in there. Distortion, then the electric to tune it, then the oscillator bot. That's where the other coolness. I don't know how to describe that. The organy soundingness. But then, of course, after all that, it's passed into my favorite. A low-pass filter, hooray! I like it the most when the low-pass filter is all the way at the end and everything is being passed through the filter. That's the best place, in my opinion, for most of my stuff, most of my improv stuff. It usually works best like that. But there are use cases where it sounds good, where the low-pass filter is earlier, and then you put like a reverb on top of the filter. That could work too. But I like this one a lot. Anyway, so when it comes to this sound, do I like this sound? The answer is yes. I do like this one. I don't really want to mess with it too much. Yeah, I feel like I did toward the bass. With the bass, it's like, yeah, there's a little spot or two where the performance could be a little better, but the instrument itself, I think, sounds good. I'm getting a nice visual of some... You ever played... Are you a video game person? You ever played on the SNES? Contra 3, Alien Wars, or maybe The Alien Wars. I'm getting some synesthesia with the final boss. This, you know, that like meaty, organic, blobby monster. Which is cool. I'm very synesthetic, by the way. I just use that word. I don't know if you are. I have a lot of cross-sensory associations. I even have synesthetic associations, not just across sensory input, but across like conceptual entities, like numbers. I have some synesthetic associations between numbers and colors. I also experience sound as having volume, like three-dimensional volume, taking up space, having a shape. I experience sound like that. That's a synesthetic thing. So, I think what I'm getting at is what I was, in a very long-winded way, I think what I'm getting at is that the sounds, I think, are passing a test for me, passing a sniff test. Which means I can go on to panning. And panning begins in the drums. We got the kick and this clap snare thing. The kick is currently 4% to the right. The snare thing is 8% to the left. 4% for the kick is like absolute pushing it maximum for me. So I feel inclined to bring it in. but I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to leave the kick at 4% to the right. And this kick snare thing, I just took it out to 10% to the left. Seems good. We got this stuff. Got the hi-hat thing, hi-hat shaker thing. 32% to the left. Exhales are 18% to the right. By themselves, the panning sounds okay. Together with the rest of the drums. The exhale to the right, I want to move out a little more. Took that out to 22% to the right. It's a little arbitrary, but I found a nice little spot in there that works in the panning. The hi-hat shaker, this thing, 32% to the left, alongside the clap snare thing, which is 10% to the left. I feel inclined that the hi-hat shaker layer should be more than 32% out to the left, but I'm willing to see how I feel about that after I bring in the other melodic layers. Bass is always in the center. So that one's fine. Then we got these. The bass flanks. Oh, I'm so glad I re-recorded those. This is the right place where they belong. So these are probably at the defaults of 30. Yeah, 30% left and right. These I definitely want to mess with, including paying attention to the drums, of course. So the bass flank to the left, I'm going to bring in. One I bring out. I could definitely see and feel that. The left one is now 24% to the left. Right one is 38 to the right. Yeah, this is good. This fits the instrument well, this panning. It's going to be great in 23 episodes of Tinkering with Knobs when I cycle back and I get to this one again. At that point, I'm going to be like, oh, what was I thinking with this panning? It's going to be awesome. But I think that's pretty good as it is. Then we got the more prominent ones. Both 80% left and right. The right one I'm going to bring in a little bit. I sent the right one to 58% to the right. Left one 86% to the left. So definitely a very different left and right balance there. Yep, I think that's good. Panning is always a fun thing to just see, to experiment with and see how it goes, including doing things that are wildly weird. Time to check some output effects. On the drums, all right, beat repeat is good. Low pass filter. Yep, tuned the way I like it. And then the reverb. Okay, does the reverb need attention? It's at 1.9 seconds of length. I think that is a bit much for drums. I'm gonna take that down. How about 1.1? It's good on everything but the kick. Kick is still a bit much. 0.9? That's not bad. I put it to 0.8 on the reverb. That works on both layers. Now I got to do output effects on the top melodic layers. Beat repeat. Okay, that works. Low pass filter. Not configured exactly like I like it, but pretty close. A very, very small, very slight variation. Yep. And there is one I want to tweak. Take this down. Good. Gate reverb we have here. That's so nice. Oh. Yeah. Man, that sounds good. I don't even want to touch that. But I'm gonna. Because it has some low end in it. And that's always, maybe not always, but generally a good move to take that out for the whole track on the reverb. The whole looper, rather. Yeah, it still sounds good, but I took out some of the low cut on the reverb there. How about a slicer? Yeah, slicer. I gotta sync this up because I use the slicer on a lot of the other layers. They should match. There you go. Now they match. Good. happy. I'm happy with it, friends. You know what that means. That means the time has come to destroy all of this. Oh no, oh no, don't spend a whole hour doing this. Oh. Destroy all of that. I'm going to save, quickly rebuild a beat. That will mark not only a successful Tinkering with Knob stream today, but it also marks, my friends, a successful run through of the whole round of 23 pallets. This was the final one, which means I'm going to start a new cycle back at the beginning again. But in the meanwhile, hooray, we also get to celebrate a completed cycle. So I'm going to quickly rebuild the beat. Well, I'm going to quickly save, then rebuild the beat, and then we're going to celebrate and call it a day. It's going to be very good. You're going to like it a lot. Here we go. I'm calling it. I'm calling it, my friends. I am happy with this palette. This has been a very successful Tinkering with Knobs stream, but I'm even more excited and thrilled to celebrate the complete cycle through all of my 23 palettes. And while indeed we will be starting again immediately with the next Tinkering with Knobs stream, at the same time, my friends, we must celebrate. And you know exactly what we're gonna do. I don't need to tell you. Friends, you know what we're gonna do. Grab your drink. Our final official cheers moment of the stream, celebrating not only a good stream today, but making it through all 23 palettes once again. Friends, this very unifying cheers moment, it's coming so soon, in which you feel so connected with everyone else. You know how connected you are and you feel it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, my friends. It's coming very soon. I'm going to count up to 3, but first you got 1. That's very good. Coming after that, of course, you got some 2. You know that. 2 is coming real fast on that. And then cheers on 3. Clink. Cheers, my friends. Man, that's real good. I see E-Dub is in the place as well. Welcome, my man. You made it. Very, very good. Thank you for being here today. This has been a very successful live stream, and it is in part because of you. You and just contributing and mixing your energies into the whole spiel, the whole sphere. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you in the next Reconsider It live stream. My regulars know when we do this. My regulars know that there are 2 types of live streams that you can reliably count on through the Reconsider It streaming location. My regulars know that we've got Tinkering with Knobs like today. These streams are sporadic. They are very unplanned, often with less than 1 hour notice they get scheduled. We hang out for about an hour, sometimes up to 2 hours, messing with the sounds, making the sounds sound better. The other type of live stream my regulars know we have on Wednesdays and Saturdays. We've got some loops and chill where we hang out for an hour and you get a bunch of beats back to back. Not an hour of one palette messing with sounds, but just one beat after another. Wednesdays and Saturdays, come join us for some loops and chill. And until then, my friends, please have a very good rest of your day today. Please have a very uplifting and inspiring rest of your day today. Please have a very fulfilling rest of your day today. Please let the rest of your day today bring healing to you. Please experience a renewal. Please experience a rejuvenation today. Please have the best possible rest of your day that you possibly can have today. And I will see you in the next Reconsider It live stream.